Jasmine Crockett. Whenever you think it's been bad enough, she comes in and she just takes a wrecking ball to the party even more, Sabrina. She, of course, I think it was last week sometime, was speaking at an event and called Texas Governor Greg Abbott Governor Hot Wheels. And as people probably are aware, Governor Greg Abbott is in a wheelchair. He had his legs crushed, I believe, by a tree falling on him many years ago whenever he was younger. It's as though that wasn't bad enough. She then tried to defend it. And I'll get your response, Sabrina, to her defense of that comment. She says that she wasn't thinking about the governor's condition, calling him Governor Hot Wheels. She said, I was thinking about the planes, trains, and automobiles he used to transfer migrants into communities led by Black mayors, deliberately stoking tension and fear among the most vulnerable. Sabrina, do you believe that? Is that what was happening there?
Not for a split second. I mean, I'm all for a good nickname and a good joke. I mean, President Trump coined the term Pocahontas for Elizabeth Warren, and that one's hilarious. But to go for someone's disability, and especially for the joke to not even be funny and land, is really quite a stretch. And then to not even stand by the joke is also really pathetic. So it's like, you know, you got to really commit if you're going to go that far.
Yeah, and I think Brianna, my favorite was the response that Governor Abbott had. And he was asked about it last week. And he said what I think we all can agree with. The Democrats really have nothing to sell but hate. Nobody wants to be a part of their party. They have turned off so many people in this country. I think their approval rating is at something like 29% right now, which is pretty bad. He said they have nothing to sell but hate. And I assume that that's what this was all about, because what's she going to say about Governor Abbott, right?
Yeah, and I think you can tell a lot about a party by the way that its loudest proponent speaks. Jasmine Crockett speaks in a way in which she believes she will never be held accountable for the things she says. It's why she's been going on all these TV hits saying outrageous things, offensive things, adopting a new accent. She knows there's no level of accountability, which is also why you see the type of dehumanizing rhetoric coming from the left, whether it's toward Greg Abbott or even towards your father-in-law, right? That rhetoric that we saw leading up to the first assassination attempt was assassination prep language. They want to desensitize Americans to potential violence and dehumanize their opponents that people are desensitized.
Yeah. And I mean, they've kind of been doing this for years. You remember during the first Trump administration, you had Maxine Waters. Remember that? Her yelling in that microphone, when you see a member of this administration out, you get up in their faces. Remember all that? And then, you had like Sarah Sanders getting kicked out of a restaurant with her family and all of this. I mean, they really are just totally stoking hate and just amplifying all the negativity. It's horrible stuff. Jasmine Crockett also said that Elon Musk should be taken down. So I don't know exactly what she means by that, but you're exactly right, Brianna. I think that there need to be people in the party who come to someone like that and say, hey, this is not the way we want to be represented. But I haven't heard that. Has anybody spoken up from their own party? Maybe save for John Fetterman, who I think maybe has said a thing or two. Nobody else. It's kind of crickets over there. Am I wrong, Sabrina?
No, I think you're totally right. And it's really interesting because I've been on the show a couple times now with you, Laura, and we talk almost every time about how disingenuous the Democrats have become. And I think that they've seen how successful, President Trump has been with just speaking directly to the American people, not as some stoic politician up in their ivory tower, but from person to person. And these Democrats think that they're doing this, but this is what they think of their constituents. They think that they're trashy. They think that they're so unintelligent that they speak to them this way because they're trying to be genuine, but it is disingenuous still. They just can't figure it out.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.